Hi, welcome to Off the Ranch. I needed a spinning chair, so I got a spinning chair. I used to just have that chair, which was a dining room table chair, and it didn't spin. Whoa. And Mayor's been telling me, hey, you need to bring my dining room table chair back to the dining room table. And I was like, I'll do it eventually. It's been a year. It's eventually. So we got this big thing coming up that I haven't told you guys about and I keep alluding to, but I can't actually tell you anything about it for legal reasons for probably another 6 weeks, honestly. But before that thing happens, I want to get a bunch of little junk done here. One of those was that, just like crossing things off my list. Another is, finish unpacking the boxes. I got one left. Those tables, I need to get rid of that, put a couch there. I also hung up some play buttons. Look how cool this is. So I got all the play buttons up here. Got our silvers right there. Vet Ranch, Off the Ranch, Demolition Ranch. Then we got the gold, Vet Ranch, Demolition, Off the Ranch, all hanging in the hallway up here. So I got all these at different times, which is why they're all different. So this was the very first one I got, and it's huge, and really, this thing is really heavy, like crazy heavy. Then this one came next, and it's smaller, as you can see, and a little thinner, still heavy. And then this one came, and it's the same size as that, but even thinner, and this one's actually really light. So they don't really match, and I can order, I know I can order new ones and make them all match. I can get brand new ones and they're like the new style, but I kind of like the nostalgic old school. This is the original way that the gold play buttons looked. And I wanted one of these for so long. I saw all the other channels who got them before me. And back then, million subscriber channels were not nearly as common as they are today. Social media wasn't as big, and so it was a lot harder to get 1 million subscribers. So when that thing finally came, it was a monumental thing for me. It was pretty wild. They put your channel logo on there. That is actually what made Demolition Ranch popular, is we made custom homemade shotgun shells. Now that is strictly forbidden on YouTube, and I actually got some channel strikes for it a few years ago and had to take all of those old custom homemade shotgun shells videos off the channel, which is a big bummer because that is really what built the channel. And then, 7 years later, YouTube was like, actually, you get strikes for those now, and delete. Goodbye. Speaking of pew-pews, I just ordered this pew-pew cleaning kit. I actually met these guys at SHOT Show, and this is not sponsored. I actually just got online and ordered this thing and bought it because it looked cool. It's all American made, which is cool. And I needed a pew-pew cleaning kit for at the house. So got that. I'm gonna make a cleaning station and working on with all pew-pew tools and stuff down in the underground vault. But yeah, I'm freaking pumped about this. My 2023 goal, a lot of people make goals to, eat better, work out, read books every week. My goal is to actually clean my pew-pews. It's a lofty goal, but I think I can do it. American made, American quality, and then people actually signed the box with Sharpies before it got sent out to me. That's kind of cool. Just a kit, got a bunch of random junk in here. Got your brushes here and they're all marked. Well, okay, that one's not marked, but most of them 9mm. Got your brush there. I'm assuming that's what that one is. We got emergency food, we got armor, we got go bags, we got med kits, we got belts, we got holsters, we got something for every situation. Now we can keep everything clean. I need a better hook for that. But I also need to get some benches and stuff in here, some kind of workbench, some kind of place I can sit down and, clean things, put, scopes on, that kind of stuff. I also want to get new lights. I hate these things. They're just lights, these cheap lights that go down the center of the room, and I'm always having to open it up and put new bulbs in. These, I don't know. I want something around the edges that looks really cool and nice. Any ideas, just to kind of, light up the workspace down here, but also highlight the cool stuff that's hanging on the wall that I'm strategically not showing you in this video? I need to figure that out. We have been doing a bunch of work to ranch tang because this thing needed a bunch of work. Engine-wise, it finished the last burnout and was great. But there was a bunch of things we had just not got to because we were always working on engine and the things that we had to have for a burnout. So we did do other things that'd be nice to have, like lights. Check this out. So I can turn on the halo ring right there, which looks pretty sweet on a red car. And I can also, of course, turn on some headlights. We got brights, and we got fog lights. Just looks so good. It's gonna look even better, of course, at night. These are LED, super bright lights. Gonna be beautiful. But that's not all. We also put some underglows on this thing. Boom. So you can put them on any color. Also those rings up front, I put those on any color. Most of the Cleetuson cars are at night, so this will all look really good. We got them in the back too. So this thing's gonna be a freaking beautiful machine. All on this nice little control panel, so I can control everything. And you can see we also have a button over here for power steering. A button for power steering, now that's interesting. And it's because we don't actually have a normal belt-driven power steering pump. But if you look, we have a reservoir right here, and it dives into this inner fender cover here. And tucked away in front of the left front tire, you can see we have an electric power steering pump hiding right in there. So totally hidden in the dead space inside that front left fender. So at the last burnout event, we had no power steering, which was very hard in this car with a big old heavy engine. The front alignment was terrible, and we had really old springs all around. So you can actually see this thing just rocking all over the place. Made it super squirrely to drive because our alignment was screwed up, and it was just bouncing everywhere. Every time I turned, the whole car was like being thrown over. Had no shocks and had really old soft springs. Burnout cars are awesome because they're like high performance cars, and they're just beat up. We've got a 65 Mustang GT350 with a truck bed and a diesel engine, and it's just beat up and glorious. So in the front, you can see we got brand new springs and a brand new shock absorber right there on both sides. Makes the front a whole lot stiffer. These are stiffer than factory springs. Plus, they're a little bit lower. We can raise it up a little bit, but it's a little lower as well. And then in the back, we have these brand new extra strength, extra stiff leaf springs in the back and a brand new shock absorber on both sides as well. So that makes this whole thing way, way stiffer than it was. It also made the ride height a lot better. It sits a lot better. It was so saggy in the rear before, and now we've got a little tiny bit of a rake, which is pretty nice looking, and it's just way stiffer than it used to be. This thing used to be able to come up, just push on it, and the whole thing would just go whoa and just bounce around. Now it is very stiff, and it just goes right back. It doesn't bounce and sway. And I think it's gonna make a huge difference. We are going to take her for a little spin just to see how she handles out here. Just kind of take it slow. It's all wet out here, so it's not going to grip up at all. But I want to see how the new suspension feels. See how it compares to last time when it was uncontrollable.
that's not good. Oh, we're back in business.
All right, she freaking rips. It did really good. The suspension is way better. It's a totally different feeling of car. One, because the suspension is different, but two, because the pad is all wet. So I was trying to figure out how to control it. Also, forgot to tell you one other thing we added was a gear shifter. It's an automatic. I was thinking it's like the El Camino is, because I'm used to that, and like the lowriders where you can actually pick the gear. But this one is just the stock transmission, and so I should have left it down. I was messing with it. I think that's what actually killed it. I died midway through. And then I thought the engine died. I was like, oh no, I messed up. But it started right back up. But then I forgot to turn on my power steering and all my lights and everything. So I need to remember that if I ever do kill it in the middle of a show, that I have to turn power steering back on. Because then I was like, man, my power steering's out. It won't work. And then I got done. I was like, oh, I have to hit this button to turn my electric power steering pump back on. It's snowing. We wanted to film it when it was snowing and it wasn't snowing. We're like, well, let's just go ahead and do it. And now it started snowing. Yeah, it's actually just sleeting, right? This is not.
It's like in the.
This is Texas snow. Yeah, it's floating around. It's not very impressive snow though. It's cold today. It's below freezing a little bit, and we got kind of nasty weather. So we are getting a little bit of Texas snow. Practice sessions are good though, because we also found out that we have a terrible exhaust leak up in here, so I need to fix that, because it was like, it's shooting a bunch of exhaust out there, but it's also shooting some up right here in my face, so I can't see anything. Also, my gauges were, like, it just had the screen on, this little screen right here. It had just the intro screen, but never gave me any gauges, so definitely need to fix that, because when you're running this thing as hard as we run it, you want to make sure it still has oil and is not super hot. Oh my gosh. Dude, Texas is, it's pretty sweet out here. Holy cow. Okay, I gotta get over that way. Come on. All right, I'm gonna pull. Okay, I gotta go check on the goats. Oh, shoot. Woo. This is bad. This is fine. Everything's fine. It's really not even that cold. It's just a little bit cold, and everything has been wet. I mean, it's just there's just ice on literally everything out here. So I gotta go check on the goats. Kids went out there and they gave them some food. Look at these trees. Goats are alive. Cool. What? I'm coming. Come on. How's it going, guys? There you go. Okay. I'm gonna go give them some more water. The kids were like, yeah, they're good. They definitely need some water. Here y'all go. So, got them this sweet dog house so they can stay warm. And, whoa, this is all iced up. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. And they're doing great out here. And a night like this, it's gonna be like in the high 20s. They'll be fine. They're big now and they'll cuddle up together, so I'm not gonna close them in. The other day when it was like 5 degrees, I closed it all up. But we got big fat goats now. They got a lot of insulation around them. So cool. You guys are up north, are like, that's not that cool, but like, Texas doesn't get like this. It's rare. It snowed like a tiny amount today, but how pretty it is. You can see the ice on all those trees out there. How's the weather in your neck of the woods? That's what I like about Texas, is it's pretty like this, where we get these like icicles and it's cold, but for a short period of time, and then it all goes back to being nice and warm. We'll be swimming next week. It'll be great. All right, I'm gonna go get some water for the goats and come back and fill them up. And then I'm gonna go start a fire because my lady wants a fire. And whatever my girl wants, my girl gets. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Demolition Rant Off the Ranch. I love you. See you next time. I'm on fire!
Oh.
Hey, what camera is that? Number...
Shut up! Don't tell Mare.